Tell us about your childhood, sir.
Childhood, okay. I was born and brought up in Chennai. Uh, like, my native is Kerala. My parents are from a place called Kannur. I was born in 1988, June 15th. So, Pakka Chennai. So, did my schooling from Bhavan's Kilpak, Bhavan's Raja Devi Ashram. Then, up to 10th, I was, and after that, 11th and 12th, I did to DAV matriculation. So, we are actually three brothers. My eldest brother is a pediatrician, and my elder brother is a cardiologist. We had the same type of schooling, same style. Up to 10th, we did Bhavans, then 11th and 12th, we shifted to metric, DAV. So why that time, like, I don't know about how it was during you. My time, like, when the CBSE students, when they shifted to metric, they had an advantage of getting medical seat and engineering seat. So everyone was following this style that time. I'm talking about, I completed my 12th in 2005. So those periods were like that. So then, since my brothers were doctors, I also got a medical seat in Thoothukudi Medical College. So there, I also the previous day I got a seat in Assistant Engineering College, BTech IT through Anna-University Counseling. So after that, next day, me and my parents went to Thoothukudi. My brother was in Tineri Medical College. So we were standing there in the queue to get admitted, and they said, "Let's break for lunch." About to join, they said, "Don't jump the queue." They said, my brother's friend, his name was Mani. He, hey, நம்ம காலேஜ் தான் நான் உன்னை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஏற்றுக்கிறேன்டா சொல்லி he went forward. அப்போ சொன்னேன், சார் நான் திருநெல்வேலி ஸ்டூடெண்ட் சார், நான் இந்த காலேஜோட டீன்டா, நீ பின்னாடி வாடா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. Then after lunch we went back, but by that time both my brothers said, look here, there are already two people, we are suffering a lot as doctors. As someone who needs to take care of others' business, you better stay. So okay, I found a reason, and I also got a seat. I had a secured a seat there, and people there were also, I don't know how currently SSN is, but at that time SSN was the top private college, engineering college in Tamil Nadu. So people were telling, why you left that seat and came to Thoothukudi Medical College. Yeah. So Thoothukudi at that time, it was a very new college. Hardly 3 years it was old. The newly established college, and uh, it is very remote. So, but could have joined and got a transfer back here. Something could have done it, but later on, and then decided. I didn't. After post lunch, I changed my career itself. I came back home. So I don't know what was there in the lunch. It made me change, and from there, from medicine, I just shifted to engineering. That was one very strange career point in my life.
Lunch decides you.
Yeah, lunch decides everything. Something happened there. And
Okay, tell me about your brother, sir. The relationship between you and your family.
uh, my brothers, we are very strong, bondly related. Uh, what to say? Like how you see in films, Periyanna, the respect. Even if he comes in the room, I stand up. Anna, Vangana. He's not very strict. He's very. My eldest brother is Dr. Shaji. He's a pediatrician in MGM hospital. He also has a private clinic. Not very strict, a very fun-loving guy, and something anybody can relate to. Anybody can go to him and say something very freely. Any pain you have, anything. Elder brother is not like that. Dr. Sanjay, he's what to say. He's some big guy, some champion of champions. He was a gold medalist in Tinelli Medical College. He did his MD General Medicine from Darbhanga, and then he did his DM Super Specialty in Trivandrum. He did his DNB from Bangalore. Jaydev, he does this, what is it? Pacemaker. You have heard of pacemaker? He's basically an electrophysiologist. It is DM super specialty. Then he also did this DNB. He won many accolades. He won Asia's Best Doctor Award or something. He's currently in SIMS, SRM Institute of Medical Sciences. He's an intervention cardiologist. My elder brother, he did in Ramachandra Medical College. Both UG, PG, he did there. My eldest brother, Dr. Shaji. So, kind of. But now, actually, he's actually a little bit flexy and everything. But earlier, he struggled a lot. Like how my father struggled, he இந்த சேத்துல மண்ணில் விழுந்து எந்திரிப்பாங்க தெரியுமா? That is what rolled in the mud and soil and came. So that something, those traits he got from my father. So that is Sundakal and so. Uh, so relationship we play, but right now with all families and everything, we see each other every day. Though we are houses are very nearby, we see each other very nearby. And with our relation with parents, my see, I don't know about other siblings. The first son will always be first son or child. They'll always be a yeah pet for the parents. Same here, same scenario. And my father is from Kannur, as I said earlier. So he came in to Chennai in 1975. He was into initially this frog legs business. So, and after that he came into seafood supply before becoming an exporter. 94 he started exports. He started as a merchant exporter. On a leased company he was working, and after that 2002 we bought this factory, and after that it's been a good growth. We have done extremely well. He's worked. He's now his cadre is different. He's like what do I say? Today actually I was telling he was today Nirmala Sitharaman has come. So he has a meeting with the finance minister. Yes, there were after CM Stalin came, he identified 7 champion sectors. So one of the sectors was marine industry, and he is nominated to represent it in Tamil Nadu. He is the vice chairman of MPEDA, Marine Product Export Development Authority. He is the president of the Tamil Nadu Seafood Exporters Association. And apart from that, he's socially very active. He does a lot of social activities. He's a big role model. So,
Yeah, how did your father come up with the idea?
Of this business.
Yeah, sir.
Maybe because he likes fish a lot. He initially joined a seafood export company only before called a Choice Seafood. So from there he started supply. Even now he tells like being an export rather than being an exporter, the tension that he had during supply was very less, because there that day you purchase, you sell something, you at the end of the day you'll know whether it's a loss or profit. You buy something for 10,000, you sell it for 11,000 rupees profit. Okay, you sell it for 9,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees loss. It's over. By the end of the day, you know where you stand. It's here. It's not like that. It is how he has many other business also, but this is the main he's concentrating on, and he's almost got 45 years of experience. He's a very big guy, very knowledged. Things that very his way of talking is some words will be very be correct to the point. He won't flounder here or there. Like he'll be precise. He'll talk some 5 words, but there'll be enough. And that is many people have said that. That is the kind of experience and nature character is built. His it is life. So he knows everything well.
So, have you ever thought of starting your own startup in the past?
In the past, actually, my life was different. Actually, after as I said, 12th, I joined SSN. Then there was I always had 2 jobs always. Like I was something. I'll always keep something as a backup. So like how I had medical and engineering and like that. I was a student coordinator, I was a placement coordinator. Something was there, something behind something will be there. So like that, I finished my BTech IT and got placed in Infosys, in Mysore. Worked there for some time, and then I did my MBA from Anna University,
Okay.
uh, college engineering Gindi. In 2013, I passed out. I wanted to work somewhere, but I attended many interviews after MBA, got selected, but my staffs were asking me to come here.
Yeah.
It was by I think 2013. No, I was 25, 1981, 25. So they said now it's already late. If I had many of a manager and my PRO and everything, if I had a son, I would have asked him to come in 18 years itself. I wouldn't have asked him to come go to college itself because it's a huge industry, a
Yeah.
huge someone has to take care. So 25 years and okay, I just learning this. To be honest, I 0.1% also I don't think I've learned. By the time I learn, something else comes. Each day I'm learning something new. To start a new business, yes, not exactly new business. Something that comes from a byproduct from this. So, for example, there are some two three examples I'll give. Like there's a product called cuttlefish.
Yeah.
So the bone of the fish is used for as pet food. It's a huge it's an expensive commodity actually. It's a huge commodity. And we didn't know that, but we were actually throwing it away. It was considered a waste, and we were throwing it away. But later on, I marketed and found out doing very good sales with that. Cuttlefish bone actually. Those who have pets in the birds in the house, they will know. Like for one piece itself in Amazon, it's like 300 rupees or something. So I sell it in tons. So that was one. There are many byproducts like shrimps. The head of the shrimps is used as a fish meal.
Okay.
Earlier, it was being I was paying somebody to take my waste away, but now I found somebody who wanted that, and I'm selling it.
Oh, yeah. After you joined the company or took over the company, how did you felt about the first order or the first customer you got?
Actually, to be honest, most of my customers, I knew them before itself. So, in my business, getting orders is not an issue at all. There are plenty of orders. Fulfilling it is not an issue. I will tell, no, 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 I have enough orders. Please don't disturb me. There's no dearth of orders. I will. This is a very like what is it? See, you're sending it to somebody, some nation you're sending it, who's lakhs of kilometers away from you. So you don't know who you're not seeing the person. So it should be very trustworthy. You should be very you. And once your product reaches there, they should not make any complaints and issues. So and it's a huge like the value of the goods is huge. See, one container is almost like 1 to 1.5 crores, just one shipment alone. And so that is the worth of goods. So you should be very careful with and choosy about. You cannot each and everyone who comes with, sir, I have an order, please fulfill it now. Probably they may be very genuine, but if they may also be bogus. So you need to be very careful. So regarding the first order, see, already existing buyers are there, but I slowly developed and marketed a special set of customers whom I had, and they are very loyal. And yeah, it was during like when my old customers were not giving me orders. This my set of customers, they were able to support me, and yeah, my father was happy. I was happy. Like, see, again, I'm not a man for money. Like, if you want, I know how this industry works, so I can set up one more industry and run. No, in this field, your presence, you need to be in this factory. You need to be there. You need to see the product that goes to the buyer each and every day. If unless until you're not able to come, that's an issue. But if you're able to come, you should come. You should see the product. This is a food product. It's not like sand or brick or anything where it is being stored or something. So this is very sensitive. So our presence is needed very much. So we were very, my quality is not like best or worst. It will always be consistent. It's like last 20 years, whatever quality, 15 years you take, it'll be like this. See, like for example, this is a magazine in Japan. This was in 2010. So here, my buyer, he actually uh, came to my factory. He said, "Sir, your product was in the supermarket, and they really liked your product, and they published it in the Japan magazine."
It's shrimps, isn't it?
Yes, shrimps. My brand is KVM. So even now my brand name is a huge. So like normally all my orders, the buyer inspection will come to other factories. For my orders, they don't come. They'll tell, we know your product. You just do the inspection and give us. So that is the kind of brand and trustworthiness that we did. But again, when when they're blindly trusting us, it is more difficult because I have the responsibility. They are trusting me so much. I need to be more cautious. Instead, they come and take, and if there's some fault, I'll tell your person has come. He's checked. If there's some fault, he should have found out. I didn't do anything. But now, when they are fully entrusting it with me, it is a burden actually. I always tell my buyers, please come at least once in a year, at least come and take an inspection. If none, always some buyers, some 4 5 years, it's been post COVID, pre COVID is not there. Even before COVID, also they were not coming. So suggesting, no, I was telling not because of any fear. There'll be some feedback. See, they are going to many industries, they are many companies. So they will see something good, they'll see something bad. So when whatever feedback that they give, we will know. Or else we will only be following with what we see. We need to visit a lot of industries. We need to see what's inside, what's going, how are the systems. Though I have discussions with other exporters, it'd be better when we physically visit them or something. So that is done through the buyer agents. So they give a lot of feedback like that.
And what is KVM Gold here?
That is a brand. We have got 2 3 names. KVM Gold is one brand name. KVM Black Tiger is one. 2 3 brand names have got.
Black Tiger stands for?
Black tiger is a type of shrimp.
Okay,
It is a greenish, yellowish shrimp. There are 2 kinds of catching in my industry: aquaculture and sea caught. So aquaculture is man-made. Man-made, human by now artificially we manufacture shrimps. There'll be a mother brooder and small hatchlings will be there. We in 1 acre land, we will just put it and they'll grow with accordingly. We have to give feed and the good aeration should be there. And then this is aquaculture. The other thing is normally what you see from the sea. You'll go to the sea and the fishermen will catch the net and everything. That is so. This industry previously there was abundant resources from the sea, but now it's not that. The entire seafood industry is only dependent on aquaculture. So in aquaculture, mainly there are 2 type of shrimps. One is vanami, another is black tiger. Vanami is white in color. Black tiger will be this yellowish stripes and blackish stripes. The same kind of shrimps will be there in the sea also. It's called sea caught white and sea tiger. To the layman, it will not be easily identifiable. But we will know. Those are industry, they will know. So that is the brand name.
What is your breaking point, sir? Have you ever thought of changing your business model?
New business model.
Yeah.
Yeah, many times. Business model, like, see, as long as we think like, okay, this is set, this model is set, and it runs smoothly for some time, and then some issue crops up, and then we think, okay, we need to change, maybe I would not have changed the entire system. Maybe slight modifications I would have made. Uh, like for example, today was a beautiful day. Like in the morning, the climate
The
and
weather was
everything.
nice.
Yeah. So, but I had a lot of issues today. Today I drove the vehicle. My house is in the city in Chennai Nagar, so it's almost an hour drive. Normally I enjoy drives, but today I was continuously on the phone up to this Mambakam, Kandigai, and I said, what? Just spoil the entire mood. Nice climate. So we think, okay, something is set and it goes on fine. There's no issue. No, always some problem will come. However, how perfect you create a system, it'll definitely one problem will come. There'll be many issues that will come. So even the previous interview, I said I faced much worse things, much worse things in this. My way of facing and reacting to challenges is very okay. I smile, take it with a smile, happy. Okay, பார்த்துக்கலாம். So I faced very. I don't want to elaborate on that. I know what kind of challenges are there. So I'm cautious on that. I should not fall for the trap again. I should not make that mistake again. But again, some of the small issues like errors come. So the business model, maybe the main model will be the same, but intricate details that will keep changing each and every then, because this industry is fully not automated. It's highly a manpower industry. So when man is there, to err is to human, they say, so there's definitely going to be mistakes. How much ever you strive, how much ever you think, okay, today night I get calls at night 2 o'clock saying my driver is drunk and he's or the vehicle has fallen down. That has not happened twice. It has happened, I think, more than 15 times in my last 8 years journey. So the entire night sleep is gone, and after that, those headaches. So, but of late, those issues are not there. So I was able to correct that. So it is not just about see, it's not about the vehicle, it's not about the driver, it's an entire connected system. See, here if one thing is affected, the other thing also go it's connected. Very, like if my machine room there's some issue, there's a production issue in mine. If my vehicle is used, then again there's a production issue, because if there's a delay in delivery, these are being perishable goods in this hot sun. When there's the ice melts and the quality of the goods degrades. So as fast as like how fast the material comes, the better the quality. So each system is interconnected in this industry. So you may have a business model. There are many companies who have an ERP, they have SAP and everything implemented. But at the end of the day, you will have a system. You should be there. Your SAP or ERP, whatever model comes, it won't be. You will have to be. You will have to see that the system is in place each and every day, or else or else maybe on first day, second day, that system will go fine. Third day, okay, யாருமே பார்க்கலையே சார், பார்க்கலையே, சரி மாத்திக்கலாம், இது பார்க்கல. So being an employee and employer, there's a lot of difference. See, when you may like that sound of முதலாளி and that owner, that will be your. But after when you have worked as an employee and then you're going employer, you will have that yes, you'll be ஐயோ இந்த முதலாளியை வாக்கு கேட்க நம்ம மறுபடியும் employer. So I speak to many other industrial people, like not only those this freezing tech equipments manufacturers. So many people I tell, so they tell like it's better to have just work than being an owner. But it will be just the same for that day, that time. Okay, they'll be very happy getting money and the tension. They'll see when you earn money, there'll definitely be pressure. So you will have to adjust. You want to grow, you will have to adjust. Any industry you take, there'll be challenges. See, COVID put a lot of challenges to in all the industries. Some industries thrived, like for example, in mine itself, this freight, this ship containers. There are some containers like Maersk, Hyundai, Evergreen. So these are some kind of shipping lines. The freight charges have increased fourfold. Like earlier, for example, when I was paying $4,000 to Canada and USA, now I'm paying $18,000 just for the freight, just for the transport charge. It has increased fourfold for anything. Like earlier for Japan, I was paying 1,000. Now 1,000 US dollars. Now I'm paying like around 2,000, 2,100. So it's doubled for everything because of a lot of shortage of containers, and so they minted money. They are Maersk. Their turnover, the profit was some 400% than the last year or something, I heard. So that is the amount of see, they're the same business model. Nothing they changed. They knew there's a demand and they increased the prices. So, but at the same time, there will be something we'll have to change in the business model. Not in my industry. There are many people who had to change. Something will come. See, some outside pressure. As long something running smooth, there are other developments that is happening around you. So that will automatically impact you. See, if my effluent treatment system is fine, as long as there's no issue, no problem. But now residences people are coming up. Maybe not now. Maybe in the future, someone may tell, no sir, we're getting some issue. You should. I will have all clearances, pollution, I will have everything. But still, as of now, no issues. I'm very good terms with the village and people. and the neighbors and everything. But future, I'm 100% sure someone will create an issue. But I'm ready to face that. I'm not. And the same thing. The system, you have a system in place. There'll definitely be an obstacle. There'll definitely be there. We need to update. Not rectify it. You'll need to update because it'll change. It'll change for any business. Any business you'll have to change. See, earlier it was most of it was manual. Now everything they're asking to do it online. Many government systems that was, since I'm doing export, many systems that were actually, we used to personally go to the officers and submit the document. Now they're telling no, you just submit it online. So when you're yeah, many documents. Yeah, yeah, many documents. But still, there are some documents which you have to go there and give physically on offline. But some applications, some subsidies and everything, which in all documents you can process it online. That the government themselves have updated. So you need to have staffs who are very skilled in doing these online things and everything. So knowledge. Earlier, we can just one guy can fill it and go give it to this officer and it's done. No, now somebody has to fill in correctly. Instead of 1 lakh, he's written 10,000 as invoice. Then to rectify it, it will be another issue. So the system keeps updating. So and the business model will be the same. You'll also you have to keep updating for any field, not my field alone.
Okay, the government schemes for the exports, right? There will be some schemes under whether it is useful or it is tragic to some areas for the export of business.
See, as I said earlier, this exports in general, there are many schemes in exports as general, not my industry, not seafood industry. Generally, the exports have a lot of advantages because we're bringing money, as I said earlier. We get a lot of subsidies. Earlier there was this scheme called MEIS, Merchandise Exports Incentive Scheme, that is being replaced by RODTEP, Remission of Duties, Taxes on Exported Products. Earlier, I used to get 7% on this MEIS. Now they've only given me 3%. And 3% also, they have told for my products, they told we don't have money. When you have money, we'll give you. Who's telling? The government is telling to me. So this yeah, earlier to build, like if you're installing some 10 crore infrastructure, big freezer installing, maybe or some 10,000 ton capacity cold store you're installing, that's you'll get subsidies. 1 crore or you're investing 5 crores, you maybe 1 crore they'll give subsidy. But now those schemes are all taken off. They are telling you should not build 10,000 ton. You should build 1 lakh ton. Maybe that time we will give you. Then when if we have money, we will give you. So that is the situation currently. This though there are many incentive program, it is not like that. Earlier we used to get a lot of. It was being fast tracked very quickly.
So, which advice you give to the entrepreneurs when it comes to planning for a business or any process in business?
See, at the end of the day, for any business, any person, any entrepreneur, the final thing is money. See, so whether you do it of passion or of interest, if you don't get the yield or returns, you should not do it. You should not do it. You should maybe initially, maybe you can try it for 1 year and still you're not doing it. I think there's something wrong with the design or the system that you have implemented, or something there's a fault. Maybe you can correct that and you can go through the same model. But even after that, it's not working. I suggest that you should keep moving. Maybe previously you can wait for a long time. Now it's a very fast moving world. If you don't strike, there are other people who will strike much before you and they will move forward. So you need to be quick. It's a very quick world. Earlier it was not like that. You can wait, you can patiently do that. You should have patience. I'm not telling that you should not have patience. You should have patience. But if your results are not yielding, you should take your decision should be very fast. It should you should very fast means 5 minutes it'll take decision. 5 minutes decision. No. Wait and see. But that waiting period should have a limit. It should not be a very huge. I said because without money you cannot run. See whatever you may be doing a beautiful business model. You may have a a good infrastructure, everything will be there. But if you don't have the financial returns, uh, you're not getting the profit. No point in doing. No point where you are putting in your own money and you're losing it. You should not do it. So anybody who's starting a business should think this first. See, you may think like you can take money from bank. They will lend you how much ever you want, but this overdue, this overdraft, that's not limit. Like you may have 10,000 100 crores loan. If your profit is 120 crores, no problem, but if your profit is 80 crores, you'll be under loan. You'll be running a 100 crore business, but you'll be running it under, you'll be surrendered to someone. At the end of the day, if you lose, you'll be under. Here actually I always see the profit and loss statement every month.
Um, what is the biggest feedback that you have ever received from your journey? I mean, negative feedbacks.
Negative
Yeah,
feedbacks. Negative feedbacks in my journey.
like call a criticism.
Criticism. Okay. No, to be honest, I receive it daily. Okay. To be honest, I receive a lot of criticism daily. So I don't take it like to my heart. So there's nothing like, oh, this இன்னைக்கு கேள்விப்படுத்தியா நாளைக்கு இன்னும் கேள்விப்படுத்தினா இது பிரச்சனை இல்லை. This, they say this is the meanest thing that I have said. I said no. There are some more meanest things that are yet to come. So meaner things yet to come. So I receive a lot of critical feedback, a lot of things. Like uh, I learn things very regularly from. A lot of mistakes happen. See, every day there are mistakes happening. Uh, there's nothing like today I'm going to get a positive feedback, tomorrow I'm going to negative feedback, and after that again I will rectify it and I'll never get a negative feedback. No, and there is nothing like today 1% negative feedback only, tomorrow 2%. No, feedback will always be there, negative, positive. We just have to accept it, and I don't take it to the heart. I will just try to rectify it. Be it personal, be it career, be it anything. It's maybe some people react it very strongly, uh, but I don't react to it. But I see that it does not occur again. That feedback is taken seriously, but it should not be personal. I see that okay, it should not hurt me. I should not be at night. Oh, this has happened. Why should I not? I sleep very well. Okay, I maybe at night 11 o'clock they'll miss you. I'll finish it. 11:30 will finish. I'll sleep immediately. I won't think about it. Maybe next day morning. So issues and everything will keep coming. But worst issues will come. Life and death situations may come. There may be career challenging issues may come. So my thing is don't take it to the heart, but try to rectify it. Try to change it. In every day, there'll be some kind of something you might feel. Okay, you have something to smile about. Something you may have to think about. Something will be encouraging. Something will be appreciative. But everything will be there. Like as in what to say, கல்யாண சாப்பாடு இனிப்பு உப்பு எல்லாமே இருக்கும். So you should accept everything. If you take too much spicy things, uh, then it's a different thing. So like that, negative feedback always there. And nothing like very. This is the most. Nothing like this hurt me and nothing like that. Everything comes. Even maybe to yesterday, I don't remember. There are so many instances. There's nothing to name one, and always there'll be feedback, negative, positive, everything. At the same time, I also give feedback to others also. But there is sometimes customers' feedback and all that's coming, and we need to rectify something in the production style or something, or there may be some HR issues. I personally take care of the HR issues. I need to see the welfare of the employee. So when the HR is being involved in such an unorganized system, see, they're not an organized industry. They're almost most of the labor is unorganized. See, unlike like a software industry or a corporate industry where organized employees, it's not like this. Here it is more of a core, rough employee. So your way of handling will be different. The HR system itself will be very different. It should be very crude, and at the same time, it should also be so. As I said earlier, அடிக்கும் செய்யணும், அதே time அணைக்கும் செய்யணும். You should hit and you should also hug at the same time. And it works. Most of the time, it works. But at the same time, சில நேரம் அடிச்சுட்டு மறுபடியும் அடிக்க வேண்டியிருக்கு, திருந்தாத சில பேர் இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ தட் அந்த மாதிரி ஆளுங்களும் இருக்காங்க. பட் இட்ஸ் ஃபைன். At the end of the day, the employees are happy. Nobody has any regrets. It's fine.
So tell us about your future plans.
I just want to stabilize this industry actually. See, earlier in this road, there are about 40 companies. I'm talking about the period of 2000 to 2008. So once IT boomed up and the real estate sector also boomed up, many companies, I'm talking seafood export companies, they sold their land and they moved to other rural areas and other prospects. So here, I don't have any competition. I'm a monopoly here, but the only competition is survival. See, there's more of earlier there's a village. See, any industry is set up. Nobody will set up in a residential area. When you're manufacturing a place, will have a lot of waste and other issues. So we'll always should all plan it outside, outskirts somewhere. So this now there are many challenging issues related to this industry itself. So either maybe this setup might be here maybe hardly for another 15 to 20 years. Maybe after that I'll have to move on because it's being a residential area. Or if I'm able to survive in this industry, I need to see that system is always in place. I need to see it's always running in place. If I'm in some outskirts, I need not worry about the surrounding population. I need not worry about somebody, any government officer coming. This is very easily accessible to the city, since it's very easily accessible to the public and everybody. It's so stabilizing this itself is a big challenge for me because this is a very huge infrastructure related industry. Huge amount of money is involved. Now again, to set up a new business, maybe I need to learn this business. Once I get my father's style of handling business, my style of handling business will definitely vary. I know that very well. But once I get hold of this, okay, this is fine. Maybe then I can think of something more, something maybe related to this. Maybe I may try to enter the domestic market. Uh, I may try other export areas. So, so those are something. So my future plan as of now is stabilizing this. Maybe trying to develop the internal systems in a much more efficient way. Uh, like as I said earlier, most of it is manual. Now making it more systematic. We'll try to reduce the. We'll try to make the manpower more efficient. We'll teach them. I personally teach a lot of staff what to do, how to do, and once they are well trained, I leave it to them. That's how my style. Normally, I take up everything. I personally sit and I do everything. Then I see which staff will be suitable. Then I slowly train them. Personally, I train them, and when I know that okay, he's set for this, then I leave that job them to them. Then I move on towards to seeing something else. This has been from after I joined my factory. I've been doing that a lot of for a lot of staffs. I've been doing that, and they are well trained. But again, attrition and employment changes. They may leave, and again I had to train another new staff and everything. So stabilizing this itself is a big challenge. This is a huge industry, and I'm alone since both my brothers are not there. And so next team, as of now, I don't have anything in mind. Stabilizing it. And coming back to an old question, you asked my relationship with my parents. As I said earlier, I quit medicine and I joined engineering. So my mother was very upset. So I told her I'll definitely become a doctor. So after almost 15 years, 14 years, I finished my PhD somehow, and I got my doctorate. That was a very long dream of my mother, my parents. Amma Asa. Amma Asa. That is, I worked very hard for that. Getting so many pieces because get studying during college days is something. See, this life you don't have to think about anything else. Like today's climate was like that. So I think this climate I missed it during college days. Such a long drive and superb climate and that nice music you get on the radio. It's a what is the that it's a day it was a deja vu, but it got destroyed fully for me. So that thing I'm not so good. Like earlier, I'm good at studies, but see, I'm 33 now. So the kind of I'm doing a business. So studying was I went mad for 1 month. The analysis and everything. I was like, I was literally not sleeping for some 20 days. Somehow I had to complete and it's completed because there's a lot pending. Almost 5 6 years since I had started. 2014 I started. 2021 I completed. So that was a very it was a dream for my mother, and I completed it. And they were happy to say it in the society and everything. And it was a good feeling. It was nice. So as I said earlier, I always keep two things in my life. So one backup will always be there. This was so one was business, one doctor. Like even in my MBA, when I was the student coordinator, I was placement coordinator. I always had two positions always. So always have backup. So that is another thing that I would like to tell to startups. Always have a backup. You should have some the B plan also. Apart from the A plan, the B plan should always be there. Something backfires, you should have that. And another thing, you should always think any startup you think you should think global and you should act local. So think of something idea that will be implemented in various. They say this pan world, pan
Yeah.
the global. So pan world and implement it in your area slowly. So you once that clicks, you will know if I do it in Chennai, it'll go in Hyderabad, it'll go in Bangalore, it'll go in Kolkata, it'll go in Salem, it'll go in Tirunelveli, it'll go in every area. So your idea should be in such a way that it is a global idea. It should not be a very localized idea. It takes some infrastructure, it may take some funding and anything, but if it clicks, you will have people will come behind you. Like I said, earlier said of funding and investing, many people will come behind you for just funding. It's up to you to take whether they are funding or not, or you may think, okay, it's my business, I can take care of my business, I can take care of it. But if you want to, no, I want to expand globally, you can. Even now, if I want to expand the LG company, their food division, LF had approached me for investing. I said no. Gave a straight answer no. I'm happy with what I have. I don't need any funding. I am happy. Then the other company, one more, Licious. Licious approached me for their supply, but their supply was a different thing. They need a lot of variety, minimal quantity. Mine is not like that. I'm a quantity based. I mean, it's huge. So quantity based exporter. So what they're asking, they're asking very. It was not. I said no. I cannot cater to your needs. So if you want to expand, you can expand, but you should see that your business is stable. If you can move from here and go concentrate somewhere and at the same time it runs successfully here, then no problem. But your presence is needed here and presence is needed there, then you're in a spot. So that is everywhere. Japan tests for antibiotics. Europe checks for every 50% container. So from India, there are 100 containers today arriving. 50 containers will be checked for antibiotics or any other lead or heavy metals. So that is the amount of scrutiny that we get. There are some partiality to other countries like Vietnam. When Vietnam containers are being imported to Europe, they don't check 50%. They only check maybe 10%. So there are many trade barriers. See, they are very partial to sometimes to other countries, very impartial to us. So there are many issues, trade issues, regulations related to exports. I'm just telling you. However, the domestic market is different. You need only this FSSAI license related to food industry, and you can move forward. Again, you should be daring enough, but you should be cautious also.
Thank you so much for the cooperation, sir.
Yes,
Really, it's so sweet of you. I explained all the questions very clearly to the end. It's a pleasure to have you. And here's a memento for you. We would like to give you.
okay.
Yeah.
You need to stand. Thank you. Thank you.